Oh, hello. Ah, sorry. Uh, there. Start the stream proper, I guess, 2 minutes in. It's fine. I wasn't reading a thing, I swear. It's fine. It's fine. I just have to open this bottle of water before I start. If I can open this water. This is a strong if. Ah. Oh good. There, I won't go without water during the You gotta read the Discord, do I? Why? What are you all saying? Huh? Oh, okay. What else is there? What? Oh, okay. I shouldn't be reading that, Ian. No. That's now like 2 minutes gone. Just me reading Discord, which I can do any other time. Oh wow, everyone's here already. Whoops. I just get here and Haas is already threatening me with a knife. Oh my god, he really is though. I didn't plan this. I didn't plan for Haas to be the like person here. I swear earlier today when I booted up the game, it was Roswell and I forgot that like Haas was next after that. I was always a little sad that not every character has like a main menu thing. Like Tyson and Dean don't have ones, right? Which is like, but those are the boys I like. Why don't they get some? It is what it is. Oh come on, please. There we go. What day was it? Yeah, it was day 12, right? I should probably check the levels. Ah, those look fine. Cool. Oh, wait, this whole conversation's good. That's fine. Oh my god, okay. Right, this is where you were supposed to talk to Benson and Oswin, right? Right. Amazing. You just skipped Tyson. Oh, well, what do you want me to go back and read that scene? That seems like a waste of time for this stream. Tyson has the meat I want. Oh, I mean, that's true. That's true. It's fine. Keep skipping till it's not a waste. I mean, it's not. It's not because we get to spend time with Tyson, but you're already hurting. Oh my god. Skip past everything. Nah. It was warmer outside, if barely. I couldn't hear anyone at the pool, and a quick, yep, a wander over to the greenhouse proved that no one was in there either. They were just gone. Wherever they had disappeared to, I don't know. But what I did know was that I was scared, lonely, and just wanted to curl up into a ball in bed. Okay. Okay. I wandered downstairs at at a loss of where I should be going, but about halfway down down, my ears perk up. Picked up someone's voice. Guys? Hey, Dave. See, I told you he'd be fine. Well, yes, but the yelling. He wasn't dying. He was just upset. Take it from someone who howls. I know my shit. So, you were worried? Or... right... right up until Big Dog said not to worry. I still love that he calls him Big Dog. That's just funny. Ty went to say something before sighing and giving up. Can you maybe stop that? But you were calling him Top Cat before. Busted. I don't understand. What happened? Where did you all go? After you left for a walk, we all went to the river. Without me? You up and left before anyone could really say anything. You decided to go on a walk long before Dean or I could stop you either. I straightened my back, shutting my eyes tight. What's wrong, Dave? Fine, yes, you know. But I am. Are you? Well, I'm trying to be. I'm dealing with so much that I can't talk about. That I'm not ready to talk about. Just what? I want to go home. This vacation sucks. Yeah, I know. Roswell is here. It's not that bad, is it? It is. I hate feeling the stress. I hate hiding secrets from everyone. I hate it. I repeat the phrase over and over, clutching the fur atop my head until Tyson struck me lightly across the nose, making me yelp. What was that for? You want the truth. Tyson, lay off. No, fuck it. If no one else is going to tell him how it is, then I will. You hate everything. You hate all the bullshit that you're putting yourself through. I'm not putting myself through it. It's just... I growled, gesturing wildly with my hands, and unable to direct my frustration at any one thing. There's the growling again. Sal looked at me carefully, and I glared back. Overly sensitive in the moment, Dean, Roswell, and Orlando seemed to be keeping their mouths shut, averting their gaze when I spun wildly to look at them. They're not gonna help you, pup. Only one that can help you is yourself. What's that supposed to mean? You're going to sit your ass down and tell us what's wrong right now. You can't make me do anything. Then shut the fuck up about your problems then. You want help, but you don't want us to help. Instead you just want to bitch about it, and we're all too nice to tell you to get fucked and grow up. Wow, I know you could be an asshole, but what the hell, man? Haas gave Tyson a look, and was promptly shoved away by him. Fuck off, Haas. See, Dave, it's not difficult. Yeah, well, fuck off then, Tyson. No. No. Ty straightened, and I could hear him breathe out through his nose. He took a step back, and I wasn't sure if it was out of shock or if he was still deciding how to react. You want me to spill all my problems and just... The words caught in my throat, as everything I'd been holding back made me feel queasy, and I paled, half collapsing into Tyson and clinging onto him for support. You barf on me again, and you're dead. I made an affirmative sound, before trying to get my breathing under control, a hand finding my shoulder, before going over to my back and rubbing it carefully. Maybe not all the problems, but maybe just one to start. Nodding, my grip on Tyson tightened briefly before I stumbled back into my pulled-out chair and collapsed into it. Okay, just one secret, right? I looked to the three of them for a confirmation, and none of them budged, as if just waiting. A little reminder, Dave has yet to tell them about a corpse in the house. Oh shit, you right. So I went to the library and, The library? Okay, what happened there? I met someone important. You met someone? In the library? Who? Roswell wandered closer, curious and watching me carefully. They'd been here this whole time. Someone that I should have told you about rather than waiting for you to ask. The master of the house, right? Nodding again, my eyes darted between everyone. I talked to him a few nights ago in the library, and was going to talk to him again last night. Last night there too, but what? The thought of what I'd seen that night before made me whine, clutching my head again. He was dead, somehow, and the likely culprit was someone in this room. The silence that came after I uttered the single word to describe how I found him was stifling. Uncomfortable, as I could imagine everyone looking at one another in a mixture of confusion and worry. It was Roswell. He did it. And gripping my chest, I let out a rattled gasp for air. The dim green light, the smell of decaying flesh and dust, the silence including the faint hum of machinery and electronics in the lab. Stifling. Okay. Thanks, Aaron. Osmond slumped in his chair, dead, the knife out of his chest, the blood, and the rat, Thanatos. One of the cooler personas from Persona 3. Cradling my head in my hand, I looked to the others. I felt better, in a sense. A weight had been lifted off me, in that there wasn't a secret being kept. But it was so negligible, I wasn't sure if it was worth bringing up. So, the master of the house is dead, as in... Well, either he's dead of old age, or I stabbed him. The implication was obvious, and glances were exchanged around the room. What do we do now? Contacting Benson seems out of the question unless someone has his contact information, so we should go check the library, right? Why? It looks fine. It looked fine the last time I was there. Right. That's the problem too, isn't there? Sal, you've never been to the library. Yes, I have. So you found the secret passage in the conservatory. What? Right, well, if what Dave says is true, and given how he's reacting, I'm certain he's not lying. Now's probably the best time to show off the library. Hold on, secret passageways, a library? Why is this only coming up now? Haas asked me not to tell anyone. All eyes were on him as he sighed out. He asked me about it, how to get there, so I showed him. Okay, but why have you been keeping it a secret? How did you know? How did you even know about it in the first place? I mean, everything that's been going on, does that mean Haas is... Okay, before anyone gets any ideas, why don't I show you this room, and then we can go from there. But isn't there a body there? Everyone's attention turned back to me, and I fidgeted in my chair. No, the library would be fine, but you'll understand when I get there. Well, I guess there's no point in holding off any longer. Haas threw his hands up and walked out of the dining room, slinking out of sight, although I noticed the slump in his shoulders as he disappeared out of sight. Damn! I watched as Roswell went to follow Haas, close behind Tyson, who had decided to follow only moments sooner. Oh right, Dean is here. The man I've never decided on a voice for, and changes every time. Well, no point in holding things off. Yeah. A dead body. Orlando trembled, and Sal put a hand on his shoulder. We'll be alright. Come on. They too wandered on, leaving Dean and I behind. Oh. I slumped in my chair, unsure if I wanted to go after the others. Quietly, Dean pulled out a chair next to me and sat down without a word. What a gentleman! Like, Dean's good, guys. Dean's nice. Like, it's all good. It's all good. What? Oh, okay. Clips? What? Wow, it's been a couple months since you've been in a stream, hasn't it? Excuse me. You're not going to follow the others? Well, you were so upset that you were left alone, so I didn't want to repeat that mistake. It's not your fault, Dean. Maybe not. You're having a hard time as it is, and I don't want to pile on that. Thanks. There were a few moments spent in silence, with my eyes drifting over to the door leading into the foyer. Dean equals gentleman equal wrong. What? Ian, there's nothing wrong with Dean. Dean, look at the smile. Look how cute Dean is. Like, he's a good boy. It's fun just jumping into the middle of these streams because I have no idea who these people are. Blue! Come on, Password's a good time. Only hearing Josh either hate or sip for them beforehand. He definitely has a fedora back. Oh no. Oh no. Dean can smile, unsmile, and be a villain. Oh! Look, it's fine. He's got a cute flannel shirt. Yeah, sorry, I've just been doing a lot with school. That's reasonable. You feel like we should be following the others? Shouldn't we be? Not if you don't want to. I want to. After what you said, I don't think anyone would blame you for wanting to stay here. But I'm just... What do you think I should do? I'm at the point of snapping at people for no reason, and I just... Dean places a hand on my shoulder and rubbed it gently, almost as if he was afraid I'd break in his hands. We can stay here if you want. Who cares about a secret room and secret passages anyway? Really? I'm curious, sure, but I'm not about to abandon you about it if you need someone nearby. So, you only stayed because no one else did? I stayed because I care about you. At the very least, as a friend. But now isn't the time to talk about, to start talking about mushy stuff. I chuckled a little, rubbing my face, half expecting to tear up from the gesture. Really? We all do, but we're just struggling. We just, want to help, but we're scared that if we say or do anything, or do the wrong thing, it's going to end up with us doing more harm than good. Oh, Clipped. I've done 2 art streams this week, so they're like archived and shit. I still do them, yeah. Oh, well, you know how it is. I don't, but I really would like to, Dave. What I'd give to know what's running around in that head of yours, so I could tell it to stop and give you a break. Again, I chuckled, both at the thought of the sly smile Dean flashed at me, for all of a second, to get his point across. So, what did you want to know now? If you want to sit here and we can just have a cup of coffee, we can do that. If you wanted to go sit outside, we could do that too. Is it bad that I want to check in on the others? Not at all. Worried about them? Worried that I put Taya on edge, and that he might snap at Haas. Updated sprites? What? Update Ty will be dreamy. Oh, thank you, Clips. Well, you did snap at him, so he's probably going to be irritable for a bit. Are you planning on apologizing to him? Maybe. He kind of deserved it for getting up in my face like that. Then let's play it by ear. I got up and dusted his hands off before offering. Wait. He got up and dusted his hands. Okay, before offering one out to me. Coming? Ah, hello, Sebastian. He took me by the hand, and together we headed upstairs in search of the others. We reached the conservatory to find it bare, but the bookcase was moved aside, and the dark passage that led to the library was in full view. Dean was quiet, letting me lead as we wandered into the dark, and eventually we could hear the others talking loudly about something. Of course they're arguing. The fuck is this? Sure enough, the first thing I could make out was Tyson yelling, with Dean and I picking up our pace to reach the others on the lower level of the room. It's a library, dumbass. I can see that, but why? A room this large? It's a wonder none of us figured out it was here, given the layout of the rest of the rooms. Is it really that odd? Maybe not. I can't say I was really all that attentive. And there are a bunch of side rooms that don't really have anything in them, making them actually, making the actual floor plan harder to figure out. Okay, well, everyone listen up, because this is quite simple. Very simple. It better be. So a few things first. I've been to this mansion before, about 2 years ago. Something like that, anyway. Why? He cut Sauce off before he could continue, scratching his chin.
When did you know that we were, at the same mansion? Why were you here anyway? Did you know the owner of the house?
Why are you concerned if you knew the owner? Why are you concerned about that, Roswell? Are you hiding something? Haas made to grab at Roswell, frustrated at being bombarded with questions. But much like when he avoided Orlando at the bus stop, Roswell slipped out of reach and hid behind the desk, so he had a physical barrier between him and the other attempt and another attempt at being grabbed. It started as an acting gig, some sort of a small horror reality show, a mansion, hidden rubes, the works. Haas has been hiding something? He's always hiding something. He's hiding that he prefers Kamen Rider over Super Sentai. He can't let anyone know, you know. Now I should probably grab one of these real quick. It started as an acting, yeah, okay. I'd met Benson before. That's when I realized that this was the same house. Never met the owner of the house, only Benson. Sorry, gotta go, sorry. I keep leaving, Oh, alright. See you around, Clipped. Josh, I saw a clip of, a Korone doing a Kamen Rider thing. That's cute. Aw, Kamen Rider is great. Even though I haven't finished watching a series in, like, 4 years. I always start the new series and then go like, it's not as good as the old ones. And this room. I found it myself. I figured I'd tell the film crew, but Benson asked me not to. Wait, Benson asked? Wait, that wasn't told to us in the other routes, right? What? Okay. Wait, Benson asked you, and you just didn't tell anyone? There's more to it than that, but basically. So what? You filmed a TV show here once and didn't think to tell any of us? I was going to eventually. Half let it slip when Roswell and I were looking around.
Trust me, I noticed.
Okay. So Roswell knew about the library, right? Like, he knows? There's no other way he would notice that other than that, right?
But other things took priority in calling you out on it. Like shitting on Dave.
What about the other stuff? You said first, so there's more, yeah. Right. That's where Dave comes in. Oh, right. I asked about the library. You showed me how to get in here, and for a moment I wondered if I should say the rest of what happened in here, or leave it to Haas. Mostly I was just thankful I'd caught myself before I'd said anything else. He's so suspicious. Look at this shit-eating grin. He's the mastermind. He's gotta be. Like, he's gonna come out with a Monokuma plush and be like, foo, 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 I'm the mastermind. Nah, and? But I can't say no to Aaron. Don't call me out like this. Don't. Well, the gig didn't really pan out, so being here is just a reminder that I was so close to getting on TV, and then just not.
But that's not all that happened here, right?
What do you mean?
There's something Haas is leaving out, but I can't quite place it.
Fairly certain that was everything. Everything. If, if there was anything else, I'm probably just forgetting. He shot me a quick look, and, and I nodded slowly, figuring it'd be best to keep the conversation rolling. So after Haas showed me how to get in, I went to meet the master of the house at 11 p.m., I think. Really? By yourself? It has a Sumogi vibe? Oh my gosh. More importantly, how did he contact you? Eclipse? Hello! How are you? Welcome. There was a speaker, like a radio that we talked to each other through. Dean? Teru? Oh, he's not that bad. He's not that bad. No, Dean's more like, oh, what's his name? The mechanic guy. Because he's like trying and failing. He kind of reminds me of that more. The ultimate mechanic? I forget his name. The pink-haired guy? Sal is Chiaki, pro gamer. Soda, that was his name, yeah. Not that bad, but are you implying that he is bad? What? Eclipse, how can you be dead inside? You're here. I guess you can be dead inside. Wait. Thinking. Oh no. I shouldn't try that. No, we're just gonna continue reading. So you never met him in person, just on radio? No, I meant, we arranged to meet in person with a radio, and then met here in person. Benson set it up. Benson? Really got his hands full with, arranging everything, huh? Dean is as bad as Teru, just with more redeeming qualities. No. Oh my god, Josh is thinking again. Don't hurt yourself. It's not that bad. Internal narcissism, necrosis, not internal necrosis. There. Is that necrosis? Is that the word? Yes, we'll go with that. Okay, so there's a hidden library in this mansion. That's fine. But you don't sound fine about it, Sal. Right. I'm more interested in that. He pointed to the door, and I wandered over to it, placing my hand on the cold metal. I was fairly certain that I didn't close this door when I made my escape. Another vault? Here. You know about this vault. Fuck you, Roswell. It can't be, right? Orlando roughly shoves me aside and types something in quickly, breathing out when it beeped angrily at him. Is there any way to find... Does he ever say what his password was? I forget. If not, then what is it? When I spoke to Oz, he came through there. Oz? As in the Wizard of Oz? Oz Hammond. Oswald Hammond. Yeah. Why do you know this, Roswell? Why do you know that? Okay, it's fine. Roswell's brow furrowed as he thought it over.
Oswin Hammond is dead. But where's the body?
Oh, it's in the lab. I just left it there. You know.
There's a lab?
Laboratory, more like. But I haven't come across a room like that.
What if it was just in a different place of the house?
Yeah, it's... I brace against the metal door again, looking it over.
Behind this door?
When I came here last night, the door was open. I followed it down a dark corridor, and well...
You found him there.
Yeah. Hugging myself, I turned my back to the door and rested against it, and trying to shake the memory of the event.
Last night the door was open, and when you left?
I looked at him, uneasy. He picked up what I wasn't saying and looked to Roswell.
Which means someone has been here since.
Eyes fell on Haas again, while I tried to look anywhere but.
I don't like what you're insinuating, Roswell. Yeah, you reckon Haas would have kept that from us, that he also found a dead body.
I like that Tyson defends Haas. That's really cute.
Wouldn't you? What? If you found a body, would you tell anyone?
A body has been discovered.
What's the full line? Like,
A body has been discovered. In a period of time, we'll be having our class trial.
Dave is 100% Makoto. Facts.
We've been talking about finding him dead, but he didn't die of old age, did he?
Well, no. He was, I trailed off, hoping Dean would fill in the blank. He nodded slowly, almost wincing when he spoke next.
Which means it could have been one of us.
We all look at one another quickly, trying to figure out who could have done it. We all look, but high up on one of the bookcases, I caught movement.
Fuck off! You think one of us did in a guy we didn't know about?
So was the movement Thanatos?
Well, we did know about him after Dave spoiled the beans about him being here. Otherwise, I doubt anyone would have questioned Benson, insisting that we were the only ones here.
I caught all of what Haas said but little else. Was that the turning point? Was that the deciding factor in if Oswin died or not?
But still, we'd then need to know where he was. Slip away when with the others, not knowing. Kill him. Come back without running into anyone, being any wiser as to what happened. Until now, I'd only told Dave about this place. Dave didn't do it.
Oh my god, he cares about me.
I'd be inclined to agree. I don't think he'd hurt a fly, or even tell us if he did.
While they bicker among themselves, I locked eyes with the beady red ones staring down at me. The metal glint on his collar reflecting off what little light was in the room. Or is Tyson more Sakura? Huh. Who'd you say Tyson was? Maki. Maybe. He is... Tyson is the strong one of the group. I feel like Sakura is more, Sal, though. I don't know. Like, the big, strong one, you know? But I don't know. Maybe, I'm sure Ian is annoyed that we're doing dunk on rope on bullshit. Thanatos, high above us, watched quietly in the dark. He shook his head slowly at me before disappearing out of sight again. You get back here. Let what happens happen. The sound of everyone discussing things slowly just became white noise. Why was Oswin killed? Was it one of my friends? When I zoned back in, Orlando was holding Roswell and Haas apart, while Dean nursed his nose. No one here did it, right? There was a silence, Haas and Roswell falling still to look at me, with Orlando looking relieved that the fighting had stopped. Ty had a digit in his ear. Looking bored, so all in all, no witch hunt had really started. True, so why are we doing Haas's route? Oh, wait. Aw, look at Tyson being our defense attorney. Blue cause of sabotage. I don't know who here voted for Haas. Well, I didn't even know what characters you were talking about, but now I do. Very angry. Oh, did I not read that? Well, if no one did it, then can we just go?
What? And have dinner? I guess it's about that time, but I don't think I have much of an appetite anymore.
If you're not lying, then not only do we have a dead body in this house, we have no idea who could have done it. Which I think is a big problem.
I did not vote for Haas. But so many people must have voted for Haas. Right? That makes sense. It couldn't have been alt accounts, right?
I only care about one thing right now. And that's if Dave feels any better offloading this shit onto us.
That's not fair. That's not what I wanted to do.
Well, you did.
Only because you forced it on him, Tyson.
Well, I guess we can maybe try and find a way to contact Benson. Could you try calling your parents, Roswell, and see what they say?
My parents?
Your dad's a lawyer, and they arrange this, so they'd have contact details, right?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll give them a call and see what they say.
I don't like this. What if what if we said that it was Benson and pretend that it didn't happen?
Really? That's the best you can do?
Well, I'm trying, Ty. I don't want to think of any of my friends killed anybody. And so long as this door is in the way, I can't even prove that what I saw wasn't just my imagination.
It makes it hard to narrow things down, that's for sure.
I'm with Dave in this, in that I want to leave this place now. Not the house so much, but at the very least this room so we're out of the dark. Put me down as wanting to be out. To be somewhere else right now. At the very least, so I can get some fresh air into my nose.
He rubs it gingerly, almost wincing. It seemed like he'd gotten hit again, but I couldn't place who.
I don't think I've had enough sleep to go through about murders today. So any details from this talk suits me fine. I was hoping that I'd feel better when I showed up. When I showed you all the library, but I guess that's that. I'm sorry for lying, but damn. Haas scratches his head, threw his mane, and kept his gaze averted. Tyson started to walk off, and Haas made to follow the movement he saw Orlando do the same. Come on, Dean. Let's get you patched up. I'll be fine. Just some fresh air will do me fine. It was a lucky shot, that's all. Then they left, leaving just Roswell and I at the door. But flashing me a quick smile and shrugging, Roswell followed soon after. After. My feet felt like lead. I dragged them along after the others. When we got out, a few of us peeled off from the group and went to our rooms. None of us really saying anything. Was that just now a rift? Was there now just a rift? Rift of mistrust in the group because of this one thing? It's kind of a murder, Dave. It's kind of a big deal. Like... Oh man, a dead body is gonna cause mistrust in the group? Why is that? Like, come on, Dave. When I got to my room, I sighed. Having only been here a short while ago, and already finding myself back, I felt more tired than when I woke up. Woke up? That's the same thing. The only upside being that at least I knew that my friends were alive. I wasn't hungry. I felt numb and on autopilot. I got back to bed. Normally I'd reach for my phone and listen to my dad's voice, but the strength in my arms just weren't there to reach out. No, okay. That was just like a bunch of things in chat came out right at once. I got confused. I resigned myself to just cuddling one of the pillows on my bed, and sure enough, I fell asleep once again. Okay. Wait, day 13 is Jack, isn't it? Or was that day 12 that was Jack? Did we not get to meet Jack in this? Was it the thought of Oswin dead and my friends all being worse for wear after being shown the library? Thanatos was out too, so where was he now? Watching? Waiting? Someone had killed Oswin. That someone had known how to get to the lab, use his knife to stab him in the chest, and close the door leading there. Whoops, I'm not dying, I swear. So we couldn't even check the body after I'd found it. If I were more like Roswell, I would have considered trying to figure out who it was, but the prospect of being one of my friends was making me sick. No, okay, Renoe. That sounded like a cat choke. Well, I was choking on saliva, so that's just like, it's fine. The worst part was that without showing them, all they had to go off was my word for it. I was only thankful that they hadn't called my sanity into question over it. Duh. Oh. Surprise, Roswell. I don't like that. Roswell peeked around the door into my room, almost as if checking I was still in bed or not. Oh, hey.
Hey,
He entered the room and closed the door behind him, wandering over to the bed. What's wrong?
Me? Oh, nothing. But I just figured I'd see how you were holding up after last night.
I'm fine.
Right.
Why isn't Haas checking in on me? We're in the Haas route. Why is it Roswell? There was a tense silence between us. I didn't quite register what I'd said until Roswell started talking again.
Well, if you're fine, I guess that's that. Sorry, I'll let you keep doing whatever it is that you were doing.
Josh, you want to be nice to the person you're most suspicious of. It's true. It's true. I don't.
I'll catch you at breakfast, Dave.
Wait, no. Are you fine? Like, as well?
Not really, but it's all right. I'm not going to weigh you down with my troubles. If you're barely coping with your own.
I went to speak, but he held up a hand quickly and cut me off.
Sorry, I should have known that this sort of stuff. Wait, I should have known that this sort of stuff is maybe a bad thing to bring up first thing in the morning.
But you need to talk about it. Sounds like it anyway. Roswell breathed out through his nose, eyes tracing the floor as his voice held low.
I thought I did, but maybe I don't. Sorry, I'm just gonna go. If you're fine, then I guess that's all that matters. That's all I really came here to check on anyway.
Roswell, what's going on with everyone?
I guess maybe we'll find out more today. See if we can break down that door, maybe, or something else. I don't know. With Benson gone, I don't know what to do.
We can't call the police?
We can't confirm what you've seen. We have your word for it, but even then, without being able to open the door, there's not really much the police could do if what you saw was real.
You don't believe what I saw?
I believe you saw something. That's worth looking into. But we can't, in good faith, go claiming murder when we can't, you know.
He made a reach out to, for me, but opted not to, shying away to fiddle with his hands. But why would I lie about that?
Dave, I don't know. You've been out of sorts lately. We don't know how to, help, and maybe it's just...
I know what he was going to say, but to say it before he got it out of his mouth. It's not in my head. I'm not crazy.
Okay. I'm just gonna go. I don't think you're crazy for what it's worth, but there's only so much we can do.
With that, he turned and left the room, shutting the door carefully behind him. Oh, I can skip. Oh, not very much, apparently. In a daze, I wandered in and collapsed in a chair. Some of my friends sat at the table, and others wandered into the kitchen. Had they become so organized that they did what needed to be done without needing to talk it out first? Oh, what was I meant to be doing? I thought about it, and I remembered what Thanatos had said, that it was my job now to figure out what happened to Oswin, who killed him, and why.
Dave!
Was it Dean? Did Dean do it? I don't know. I kind of still feel like it was, I still think Roswell is the one who killed Haas, and since it's with the knife, I kind of think, like, that makes sense. Especially given how, like, Roswell talks to Oswin, like, all the time. Ah, Born, hello!
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Dean. Isn't he cute? Dean's great. Dean's great. Dean is one letter away from dead, Josh. Coincidence? Oh my god. I almost jumped, my breath catching in a surprise of Dean addressing me.
Whoa! Sorry, I didn't, what I mean is... Dave, I just wanted to tell you something. But I can't leave, you alone. You might need some time to wake up first.
Oh, we just looked at each other, tired. Without coffee, my, focus was fading in and out. No, it's alright. What did you want to say? Dean breathed in deep, carefully placing a hand on my shoulder and giving me a gentle squeeze.
Just that. I'm here for you.
Oh. Okay. Huh?
I'm here for you. Last night, well, with what we all saw, what we didn't see. I'm here for you.
But why?
Do I need a reason?
The look I gave him was somewhat between hurt and confused. I didn't know how to respond, and it seemed like Dean was just as uncertain. But
I care, Dave. Maybe too much, but I care. If you need me, I'm there.
He rubbed my shoulder a little more before pulling away.
I'll go get the coffee going.
I watched as Dean wandered towards the kitchen, leaving only a couple of us at the table.
Well, he's a keeper.
You might be right, Tice.
Better bring me a fucking coffee too.
I mean, I would prefer a Tyson though, but like, you know, Dean's still good. Dean's still good.
Right, yeah.
I looked across to Roswell, wondering why he hadn't come out with another snarky, come out with anything snarky towards Tyson. That's not his job, Ty.
Yeah, well, after last night, I could do with a coffee. Although, watching this guy smack Dean across the face was a sight to see.
He nudged Roswell and got nothing in the way of a reaction. Nothing outside of a grunt and a weak smile. Dave is such an idiot. Why? What? Dean is what happens if Teru Teru and Miyu raises a bear instead of a child. Okay. That's why Dean was hurt last night. This is one of my favorites for Tyson. It's so cute.
Yeah, he just snapped and got him in the nose when he bent down to tell him shit was going to be okay.
And is it though?
Is it? Is what?
Things going to be okay. I wouldn't call Dave particularly smart. Dave sighed out. I mean, Roswell sighed out, scratching his face.
I don't really know about that. The idea of someone dead in this house is just...
He pulled a face, almost considering how he felt about it before speaking.
Well, I'm curious, but if it turns out to be, true, I don't really know what, he'd be, expecting to do.
I can't believe Dave is pretending he didn't kill Osmond. Oh my god. That would be a swerve for sure. I don't know if I would like that, but I would have a good laugh.
Call the cops, obviously.
That makes sense, but...
But what? You find a guy dead, you get someone else to deal with it.
The problem lies in the culprit. Unless the owner of the house died from natural causes, and Benson truly has left then,
He was one of us. The words were croaked out, my breath catching as tightness in my chest took hold. That's some heavy rain shit, it really is.
I was the killer all along.
The others started filing in from the kitchen, with Dean coming back in and gently setting a mug of coffee down before sitting down next to me. Oh my god. That would... I don't know. I probably wouldn't like that. No, Cell and Orlando looked like a mess, with Haas not looking much better. No wonder he's so tired, facts. With Haas not looking much better, Orlando's hand trembles as he clutched his mug of tea, sitting up next to Sal, while his eyes darted around the room.
What? What happens now?
Well, there's no chance we can just forget what happened, can we? Continue the vacation as if this was just all... He stole a glance at me before looking back to Orlando. We don't even know he's dead. I mean, for all we know, he's just fine, right? But he wasn't. I knew that from the fact the smell was still burning in my nose, that Thanatos was watching us last night, that the door I was certain I'd left open was closed now. There was no way a rat could close a door that heavy, so it had to be one of us sitting at the table right now.
There's not much we could do about it unless we could open the door. I'll see what I can find. I'll see if I can find anything in the way of contacting Benson, and see what he thinks about this.
Benson, I guess he'd be coming home to an empty house after this vacation if, well, you know. I think I was speaking before I'd realized it. My voice was quiet and I felt numb. It's probably the right thing to do. At the very least, he'd know how to open the door, so we can check, right?
It seems like the right thing to do. At the very least, he'd have the right to know. This is his home, and if his master is dead, then...
We went all quiet, and I turned out further by focusing on the coffee Dean had brought me. The thought of what was to happen next terrified me. If Benson wasn't around, then I'd have to accuse someone.
Well, I guess I'll go searching now.
You're not going to eat?
I'm not hungry. Not right now. Roswell, would you mind giving me a hand when you're done?
Huh. He rose quietly, walking away from the table in a measured pace. We looked to Roswell, who seemed just as confused as the rest of us, but gulped down what he had left, and followed suit.
Maybe I should do something too to keep my mind busy.
Like what?
I don't know. I'll think of something.
I'm also in that boat, so I guess you, me, and Tyson can find something to watch. See if we can't find something to distract the three of us. Instinctively, I looked to Dean, now the only one not accounted for. What about you, Dean? What's your plan? He seemed to be thinking it over, leaning back in his chair before looking to me.
No plans. No plan. Just whatever you need me for.
What do you mean?
Like I said before, I'm here for you. No more leaving you behind if you're lonely and wanting someone around. But if you want me around, but if you don't want me around, that's okay too.
You didn't seem that okay with it on day 19. Is it really? I looked at Tyson, who was already getting up from the table, heading towards the kitchen. Haas and Orlando were close behind.
I'd rather you push me away. If you're, pushing, everyone else away too. But I'll respect you, needing some space.
Damn, Dean, I'm scared that... What happened? Sighing out, I drank deeply from my coffee, setting it back down on the table empty. What is it? Oh, what if it was one of us? Am I friends with a murderer, Dean? Yeah, you're staring at him.
Now hold on. Let's not jump the gun on this. Do you really think it's one of us? Or that he's even dead?
I know he is. I just can't prove it, which means...
I think I understand. But that doesn't mean I know what I should do. I think I understand. But that doesn't mean I know what I should do next. Am I... Do you think I did it?
He reached out to touch me and I flinched, and the moment I did, he pulled away. I don't know.
Well, I don't think that there's anything I can do to really convince you otherwise, is there? If he turns up dead, then...
Dean, I can trust you, right? I don't have to suspect you of killing anyone, right? My voice cracks, and I turn to him suddenly. I searched his face for any trace of anything that hint that he would be hiding anything about what I knew.
Of course you don't!
This time, when he reached out, he followed through, cupping my cheek with his hand. It was warm, bringing some form of comfort to what I was feeling, but I quivered all the same.
I'm on your side. I swear. Only thing that changed, that is if you gave me reason to think that you'd want to bring harm to me.
He pulled his hand away carefully, running his hand down my neck to my shoulder, then down the length of my arm to take my hand. Ooh.
Even then, I don't have it in me to just turn on you without talking it out first. I owe you that much to hear your side before making any calls. Goes for everyone. Goes for anyone, really.
Anyone?
Well, sure. It seems like the only decent thing to do, to not judge a stranger without hearing them out first. Although...
Dean scratches the back of his neck, sighing out.
Didn't exactly offer that to Tyson, so guess I'm a little bit of a hypocrite when it comes to certain things or people.
Right, well, okay. We sat in silence for a few more moments before he broke the quiet with a question, barely uttered above a whisper.
Are you scared of me?
My gaze dipped down, and I breathed into reply, mouth parted, ready to respond, but I just didn't know. Dean shifted uncomfortably in his seat. That's the same thing. Sighing out. What? Oh, he's threatening you now, Josh. What? Screw Dave. How dare he accuse the good boy and make him sad? Dean making veiled threats and calling his friends strangers. Whoa, he really sounds a bit crazy in this scene. Only a little bit. Dean is a tanuki? No, he just dated one. Unless. Dean shifted uncomfortably and say, I read that, whoops.
Well, alright. I don't blame you for being unsure of everything given last night and all. Just, if you decide you need me, I'll be around.
As he goes up, then he leans forward and places a gentle kiss on my forehead. As I kept my head low, he gestured me to size. Wait, the gesture made me size up, seize up, seize. Yes, there is an e there. Yes, a gesture from something I'd nearly forgotten. I watched as Dean strolled away, hands in his pockets, with a slump in his step. If I had to guess, he was upset, but putting on a brave front. Saying Dean sounds a bit crazy. It makes him hotter to Josh. What? No. No. Either way, I got what I wanted, or at least what I thought I wanted. I was alone, free to conduct my investigation, or to wallow in my sadness and stress over things. And stress over thinks I had no idea how to solve. Thinks? Question? Thinks? Things? Am I reading this right? Okay. Okay. Oh, so we did go to the place. Okay. I picked both up. Wait. Okay. I picked both up and put them in my pocket carefully. It'd help remind me to ask Roswell about it later. If he knew anything about it now. Yeah. Okay. That I'd found something out where he spent the night. Okay. Oh, look, see, it's the good boy. It is what it is. You know how it is. Here comes Jack. Oh, what? Oh, no. Because he asks about it. He left on vacation. Why? Jack's ears twitch briefly as he grins with glee.
He's gone. Well, that's only gonna make the pay sweeter. Easiest money I'll ever earn.
Okay. But Benson! What? 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 I am perfectly okay with a surprise Benson. I am perfectly okay with that. Surprise Roswell? No. Surprise Benson? Yes. Like... Wait, is one of the rats Orlando mentions that Mafia has... Okay.
Dave!
Benson. Benson was back, but I wasn't able to greet him. My hands scrambled over my, front desperately trying to figure out if the gunshot I heard hit me.
Let's get you inside. The hair's gone.
Dave! Oh, okay. I caught the faint whiff of Dean... Okay. And I heard him rush over, each footfall landing heavy until he came to stop in front of me.
Benson? You shot him! Why are you even here? I assume he, I assure you he's fine. He hasn't, He wasn't my target, and while it was a miracle that I'd missed, your friend is unharmed.
And then Dean shows up. Sus Dave is sus. You mean Dean is sus? The sound I made sounded deathly. A hoarse gasp for air as I clung to the earth.
He doesn't look fine. Dean, you find him? The fuck did you do?
Help!
We need to get him inside. I'll explain what I can once he's sorted out.
I remember Dean picking me up, and the moment he did, I clung to him desperately. We went inside and stopped in the foyer, so Dean could sit me down on the chair. Fuck. Stairs. Before I made out Tyson running upstairs. He was gonna. I was shaking, and I felt flashes of hot and cold as the scenario played out over in my mind. My heart didn't stop racing, and it was starting to hurt. My vision was blurry from how hard it was to breathe. And Benson clamped his hand down hard on my shoulder to steady my shaking. But it was so hard to focus, and I could barely make out his features.
Did he harm you? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? The hell did he go, Dave?
The words couldn't come, and I babbled, pushing myself up to my feet and almost slipping on the stairs. I wanted to apologize, but the words couldn't come. If anything, the thought of dying, of getting killed, followed by the sound of gunfire, had shattered what little I had left as far as mental strength and keeping things together.
If we're not careful, he's going to go into cardiac arrest.
I shut my eyes, gasping for air as my chest tightens. Was this what was happening? A heart attack? The sound of rattling caught my ear as heavy footfall ran down the stairs behind me.
Dave, look at me. You're gonna be okay.
A whine escapes my mouth as I went to reply, but I was roughly grabbed and pulled back. A hand clamped over my mouth, and another got carefully at my neck, rubbing, the sensation making me swallow the moment I realized that something had been slipped to me.
Hey, it's all right.
Ah, okay. To be fair, I'd rather be sitting in the arms of Tyson than Dean, so. I looked at Benson, eyes wide in alarm, but I felt strange, floaty in a sense, and things started to grow more blurry. With the hand over my mouth, I couldn't ask what was happening, or what I'd swallow. But the way Tyson was talking to me made me drowsy. Okay. So instead of Oswin, like, injecting stuff into you, that's what it was, right? You do, okay, it's Tyson, okay. Tyson, this might not be the time to be, putting your... Before I'd, realized it, I'd blacked out in Tyson's arms to the sound of Dean yelling at him for something. But if I was being honest, I was just happy that everything stopped. Let what happens happen. Okay, good old day 14. Blacking out in Tyson's arm. Oh god, I know. that would be. That is good. What am I talking about? Benson. I thought I'd saw him, but why was he here? What happened to the vacation? And did he know about Oswin? My stomach sank as he came over to the bed, his hand clasped neatly behind his back, much like how he normally stood. Although something about his demeanor was different. Standing before the bed, our eyes locked, and he seemed to search me for an answer without saying anything. I barely had an idea of the question he'd before he sighed out. Fuck.
Some mess we find ourselves in now, right, my boy?
I shuffled to the side a little to let him take a seat down on the bed. And in what little light was afforded to me in the room with curtains closed, I could see he looked ragged and tired.
You gave
Oh my god. Billy, hello! Haas B stream. It's true.
You gave everyone a scare, including myself included. I'm just thankful I was, shall we say, around.
Eyeing me carefully, I wasn't sure if I should ask, or even if I could, if I wanted to.
You slept the night away, and just as well. Do you remember anything of last night?
What'd you miss? Jack, the scene with Jack, the meeting with everyone in the library. I think that's about it. Those were like the major scenes. Oh fuck, I can't. Where Oh, my gaze dipped away for a second, and the memories came flooding back. The mill, the river, Jack, the gunshot, all of it drawing a panicked whine from my throat, which I turned quickly into a coughing fit.
I thought as much. Such an ordeal would would likely stick with you for a while. If what your friends did wasn't potentially something that saved your life, I would have had choice words with them, but drugging you so readily.
He was rather stern with Oswin about it when he did it, so I barely remember that part with everything else going on. And Josh blaming Roswell for everything, saying Dean is innocent even if he has a knife. Look, it's fine. Well, it goes to day 19 in this route, right? Okay. To be fair, Josh probably wants him to play with the What? To quote Josh, why is everyone so mean to Dean? Yeah, Josh, kind of mini Roswell hater, only a little bit. Dean trying to calm me down, and then Ty shoving something down my throat. Okay. And making me swallow it. Balling up the bedsheets in my fist, I bared my teeth.
Your distress is understandable. And trust that, while I held back, for the most part, distaste in what they did was voiced.
Ian, what'd you just retract? Was that quote unquote for chat only? Okay. That made me relax a little, but I was going to share some choice words of my own when I knew exactly what I wanted to say.
Granted, it was mostly Roswell that was fairly vocal about it all. Him and Orlando, actually.
I frowned, tilting my head, curious. The air of formality in how he addresses us was gone. It felt odd. Well, he's not working anymore, so he's off the clock, as it were.
I'm sure you have many questions, Dave.
Nodding slowly, he sighed out, shaking his head.
Well, immediately, you'll be... Wait. Immediately, you'll be pleased to know it's mid-morning, and less pleased to know that no headway has been made towards identifying your assailant.
Right then and there, I started to feel sick again, but he continued.
Your friends are accounted for and currently concerned for your well-being, especially after they found what you had stashed in your pockets.
Oh, right, you just shoved a syringe in a bottle there. That's By instinct, my hands went to where my hoodie pocket would be, but I must have taken it from... Fuck, I can't read right now. I can't read ever. You guys know how it is. But I must have had it taken from me when I was put into bed. I looked at Benson, noticing a sadness behind his otherwise stiff expression. I didn't want to tell him, but I felt I had to. Instead of reaching out and carefully placing a hand on my shoulder.
It's all right, my boy. I know Master Oswin is no longer with us.
He pulled his hand away and whined pitifully. I couldn't stop Oswin from dying, and it was likely my fault entirely he was dead. It really is, though.
With no master to serve, I'm just a tad out of sorts. But I do have my orders to keep you all safe.
Mean to Dean? And how... What? No. No. Renault, why? Dave's kind of bold to just have a random syringe sticking in his pocket. Right? I'd be so scared, like, of that. Like, fuck. Selkie, I will delete your comment. Shut it. What did Selkie say? What is it? I didn't know TJ was in this game, but alright. Okay. Fuck. Benson scratches his chin, sighing out.
That boy, even as a young lad, always thought he knew better. In all these years, he didn't learn that I wasn't prone to doing what he wanted, unless it was in his best interest. Alas, I let my guard down for a second, and I fail him in the worst of ways.
Reaching out, I take his hand. Oh. While I was still feeling that sickening traveling down my chest and stomach, I didn't want him feeling as if he were alone in this. Benson Route when. The age difference might be a little weird, but you know. What if I want to date Benson?
It's all right, Dave. The time to grieve proper will come, but I appreciate the gesture. You should get some more rest. When you resurface, chances are your friends will want to question you thoroughly, despite their good intentions.
Benson can treat a man right? Oh, facts. Okay. It hurt to talk, and even just 2 syllables seemed to be too much. I lay back down, and Benson eased himself off the chair, heading towards the door.
Sleep well, Dave. I hope I hope what what rest you can find is what you need.
He shot me one last smile before leaving the room, and I rolled over to get comfortable.
Okay.
Okay, I look around at my friends, lingering around the table. A chair was pulled out, but otherwise everyone was standing, looking worried. Why was that random line? Like, okay. Ah, the good flashback. Where we find out how cute David is, and how Tyson is obviously best boy, and like, it's all good. It's all good. I'm excited to reread that in like 3 months when we finally do Tyson streams. With Oswin gone, it was going to be harder to explain things, but maybe I could count on Benson to translate, assuming he knew anything of what was going on to the extent Oswin did. But even then, he knew that Oswin was dead, so he probably had other priorities too. He wasn't in the living room when everyone else was. And I couldn't blame him if he wanted to have some time to grieve. These flashbacks are there to show you're making a mistake if you're not doing his route. Oh, facts. What? Okay.
Well, that's good, right? Benson even made an effort to ask around if you were all right, so I guess we're all just that worried.
If it wasn't so late, I'd probably try and explain things. Haas shook his head, reaching over and patting me on the shoulder.
You get a pass, Dave. It's all right. Sure, we're still not really sure what happened, but please don't hide the serious stuff from us again.
I sigh out, nodding. Don't worry. When I've had a bit more rest, I need to talk to Benson about something, and then and then let you guys know about it too.
What is it about?
The guy that owns the place, the one I know. You know. I should let Benson know, right?
Right. Well, when that's done, maybe he can open the door so we can check it out.
Heyo, Josh. So, like, what exactly is your understanding of who killed everyone and how? Like, every individual murder, what's your understanding of how each of them went? Well, I'm not smart, so I don't know. I assume that like Roswell killed Dean because he mentions like he was out there in the field, and like he was out there in the forest with him, like picking the mushrooms, right? So like that would make sense, and like I also think Roswell killed Haas because like he just kind of shows up and already knows that Haas is dead, and it's kind of, that's suspicious. I don't know about Sal. Sal in Orlando's murder confuses me quite a bit. Orlando's murder is like really confusing to me. I assume it's supposed to be, so I don't feel bad about it. The bear, right? He was the one that killed Tyson, right? Wait, these guys die? Yeah, Blue. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Did I miss anyone? I feel like Dean is really suspicious with Roswell, like with Roswell's death, I feel, but it was probably Oswin. maybe. Oh, but Dean's so suspicious in that route. I don't know. I'm bad at figuring things out, so. I think Dean killed Roswell because he hates nerds. Oh my god. You'd want to go see what I saw?
I'm not about to say that I want to go see a dead body, but I guess seeing is believing. But so long as Benson can get behind behind there and confirm, I guess that's good enough for me.
Maybe Dean, probably Oswin, according to Josh. Okay. Well, I'm not a good figure outer or whatever. Josh, you straight up want the answer for Orlando's death? No. Let's put a pin in that. Roswell killed himself. The troll. What? Oh my god, okay. As I step out of my room and look around, I spot Benson lingering at the top of the stairs, looking down at the floor below. He didn't seem to notice me at first, staring into the empty space as I made my approach. Morning, Benson. Why? I just... Dave just says good morning? And you're just gonna make this face? Like... Okay. Nearly immediately, his attitude snaps to me with a frown. But upon seeing me, he falters, expression softening. Okay.
Good morning, Dave.
Morning.
How are you faring after yesterday?
Better, I think. I'm just kind of here, I guess.
That's normal. Don't expect to be right as rain immediately after. Immediately, and chances are, you may feel sad over the coming days.
There was a sadness in his eyes as he watches me, and I feel guilty knowing that I had a good idea of why I was seeing it.
What?
They're all murderers with intent, so accidents are he does talk about his impending death. Oh. Aaron, for the drama of it all, Ross knew he was dying and thought, oh, this is gonna be hilarious. That would be really funny. What about you? He continued to watch me for a few moments longer. The faint twitching of his nose and his mustache as he breathed in a sigh that his composure was hanging by a thread.
I shall be all right. There are more pressing matters right now. But I assure you that I've had some time to grieve already. Granted, the wound is still deep, my boy. Fancy a spot of breakfast.
Nearly immediately, it seemed as though any sense of grief seemed to disappear, replaced with the professional air I was more familiar with. It didn't sit right with me, and I recoiled at his question with a frown. He seemed to notice, not that I did anything to hide it, and he gently shook his head with a sigh.
I assure you, Dave, I shall be fine. I'm no stranger to death, after all.
Then later on, can I ask you some questions?
What sort of questions, my boy?
About, well, Oswin. Just something else happened while you were gone, and quickly looking around, Benson seemed to check if we were alone. When he next looked to me, there was a fierceness behind his eyes, right where the sadness had been. Did he want revenge? Was he angry? I couldn't tell.
Then I shall make time for you later. In the meantime, I suggest we get some food into you. If what I heard of yesterday is correct, you must be famished.
Okay.
Before everything else, I knew at the very least I wanted to check in with Benson, with Oswin. With Oswin gone, he had He was the only one around that might have any answers. Besides that, I had a certain rat to appease. A thought that sent a shiver down my spine. Only something I want to talk about with Benson later, but that's about it, really. Okay. Do I remember these conversations? Not at all. Oh, this is when you watch anime, right? Fucking lit. Looking across to Benson, it almost seemed like every motion he made was robotic, practiced, as if he wasn't even in, as if he wasn't even in his own body. Got there. First try, no mistakes. The idea that one of us was marked for death still lingered from Oswin's warning the first time we ever spoke. But already we'd lost him, so maybe it was over. As much as I'd like to believe that, Jack being around, along with Benson putting on a strong face for the rest of us, told me we were far from it. But along with that, meant that I couldn't wow, I can't word. But along with that meant that I couldn't keep bottling things up. I had to let the others know. And I knew that the moment Benson caught my gaze with a sad look on his own. Everyone? My voice almost broke as I set my spoon aside. Wow, okay. Looking to the others.
Everything all right, Dave?
My eyes were on Benson as I talked to everyone, wondering how the best way to approach this would be. He didn't even give me an indication as to if he were going to assist here, but I had to try.
Maybe his appetite is gone. It might take a couple of days until it comes back properly.
It's not my appetite. It's just something that I should have told you all a while ago. Maybe I just didn't want to think it was real, but, well...
It's alright, Dave. You can tell them.
You sure?
Yes. Although for clarity's sake, I should say that it doesn't involve your assailant.
Oh, right. Well, I guess it doesn't as far as I know, but...
Well, alright. What is it?
A week ago, I think, Oswin contacted me after I used the vault to, tell me a warning, I guess.
A warning for what? I wouldn't say so much a warning as offering you a choice. A choice for what? Master Oswin was fascinated that Dave could get the vault to work, and gave him a choice between staying or keeping all his friends alive, or leaving with his own. Excuse me, did you say...
Sounds like he was planning on killing us.
On the contrary, Master Oswin wished for nothing more than to keep you all alive. Even at the cost of his own. That implies that Dave was telling the truth.
I shot Orlando a look, a little hurt that he'd doubt me even now.
I can confirm he's telling the truth. I've confirmed the Master's passing with my own eyes.
He really is dead? Huh.
I must admit, I found it odd that he'd plead me to go on vacation so suddenly. But I fear he knew what was about to happen to him.
That someone would
kill him, yes.
They all be like, Dave's such a liar. Oh my god.
Do we know who? Or how?
That rabbit, right? Who else could it be?
Well, if it wasn't him, then...
It's too soon to say. While there are reasons one might wish to do him harm, any practical reason doesn't stand out above all others.
Not even the warning?
Which was, sorry, might have missed exactly what this warning was. That one of you, if not more, were marked for death.
Benson's words rang clear through the dining room, and each of us looked at one another, uncertain.
Then, the vault! That's been the thing stopping it from happening.
Master Oswin seemed to believe so. Considering Dave here has been able to use the vault multiple times, he believed that this was a lifeline of sorts. Well, that's good, right?
Good? How exactly?
You were saying... You said were, as in past tense, right? Plus... plus, if the vault still works, we're still got our lifeline, so it's not all bad.
I think Oswin has something to do with Orlando, since he has a injection gun thing.
Then perhaps I misspoke. I have no reason to believe that the danger has passed. Given the events of the day before yesterday.
Excuse me.
Then easy. We just use the vault, right?
We can't. Dave can, however.
So, we're just, meant to park him in front of that thing until he comes up with a plan? Like hell that's gonna work. There may be more avenues available to us, as long as we, know who we're, dealing with.
Well, I sure don't know who he was.
Anyone have any ideas? Master Orlando, perhaps. Why would Orlando have anything to do with this? Why indeed? Why would the Master and I convene with the head of the noble family? You met with my dad? Oh no.
Wait, what? Josh is going to be thrilled with the Tyson picks. What? Tyson picks? Where? What? There's no Tyson picks. Was I lied to? Okay. Free Tyson picks on a Ian. Oh jeez. Oh no, I'm kicking a bag of chips. Whoops. Okay. In the Discord that you can find right here. Oh my god. Aw. Oh wait, there are. Wait, when were these posted? What? Oh my god. 10 out of 10. Okay, I found them. It's fine. What chips? Okay. I'm not a weeb, I swear. But it's a bag of Calbee chips, the Japanese brand, so like Calbee. And because I went to a Japanese market recently, so like I had to stock up on these because it's my favorite flavor. And it's specifically the honey butter chips. I know that sounds like a weird flavor, but like it's pretty good. Like I used to get like the hot and spicy ones, and like, you know, they taste good. Like But then my stomach thing happened, so I could no longer like eat those anymore. And so I like tried some of the other flavors, and I was like, yo, honey butter, lit. Because it's a normal potato chip, but it's like slightly sweet. Shit's great. So if you ever find yourself at like an H Mart or Lotte, go in like the chip aisle and try to find the honey butter ones. They're really good. I tilt my head, curious. My gaze went from Sal, who seemed to know what was coming, to Orlando, who was shaking in his chair. Josh eating on stream again, only a little bit. Whataburger? I don't know what that is. I tilted my head, curious. Well, I do know what a Whataburger is, but like I've never been there. I don't know. I have nothing cool around me. Like I tilt my head, curious. My gaze went from Sal, who seemed to know what was coming to Orlando, who was shaking in his chair. He seemed to give up, sighing out and running his hand through his mane.
What would you meet with him for? It was him who wished to speak with Master Oswin about about a business opportunity, one involving the vault downstairs.
What? I frowned, mouth agape, as I remembered what Jack said. He was interested in a time machine. That he had a job. The rabbit. He was after it too, or was interested in it anyway. Called it a time machine.
Are you certain, Dave?
Well, yeah. Kind of keen to know if you were around too. I'd never seen Benson so angry. A seething anger, despite being so still and so quiet. When he next spoke, his voice was barely above a whisper, but it came through clear as day from how quiet the room was.
This was Memphis Noble. This has Memphis Noble written all over it. The sexy bastard with that stupid hat and that nice build. And yeah.
How bad is it?
Roswell, my boy, combine equal parts stupidity, greed, and penchant for firearm tomfoolery, and I needn't explain further what a dangerous man he is. Hey, that's my dad you're talking about.
And he's a murderer, so like, shut the fuck up, Orlando.
Yes, I suppose I am. Apologies, Master Orlando.
Please don't simp over the mafia boss.
I'll be honest, I had already figured out that you were part of a crime family, Orlando.
You never said anything.
Doesn't bother me any. You're a good person, no matter what family you come from. Or who your parents are.
It seemed to make Orlando feel better, knowing that Roswell was in his corner, but it didn't exactly solve the problem at hand. But he loves a man in control. Shush. No. What? Blue. What are you insinuating? What? I don't know what you're talking about. So, would it be a stretch to say that we're in danger as long as Orlando's dad doesn't have the vault? Don't say that, Aaron. Look, Sonic taught me that stranger danger is no good. So
It would appear that way, yes. I scratch my chin, thinking it over. But we can't just hand it over to him, right? But if we're in danger, because we have it, then why not just hand it over? I agree. No point pissing off the guy with a gun if we're gonna get shot doing so.
I'm saying you would absolutely let Tyson take the reins on everything you did together. I mean, I just, I'd be okay with what he wants to do. If he wants to go do something, we'll go do it. Like, it's fine. Like, there's nothing more than that. It's just I'm being nice. Like, I would be the good boyfriend to let, like, my boyfriend do what he wants. Like, that's, it's all good.
Regrettably, there is not an option, for a few reasons. Fuck off! It can't be that hard.
Benson rose from the table, sighing out before speaking directly to Tyson.
Not in no particular order. Merely handing the vault over has its issues. The most obvious should be that it's attached to the house, and inviting those that would potentially seek to do harm to any of us is only asking for trouble.
So you'll be the dean to Tyson's Tyson. What? So I'd believe you'd simp for a literal mom. Sonic did, yes. And then you hear about a hot mafia boss you've never seen. Josh saw Giovanni in the Pokemon anime and told his parents he wanted to be Persian when he grew up. No. Man, I don't think I ever actually like really had like a Pokemon husbando until M. Like all the previous gens, I was like, the men are fine, and then N showed up, and I was like, oh my god. He probably should have been on the husbando chart, but I didn't want to like. There were certain characters I wasn't comfortable dropping yet, like Leon. Like he probably should have replaced Leon, I think, but like it is what it is.
Additionally, if we were to vacate in favor of allowing free access, there is no telling if what Oswin was privy to would still occur.
I have been judged for so long, and I am thoroughly pissed. What? What? Have you, Eclipse?
About leaving the mansion, and one of us being marked unless we stay the month. The very same. Superstition,
Don't you ruin my childhood, Josh. I will smite you. What? Did I say something to ruin a childhood? What'd I say? What'd I do? What? I'm confused already. And is great. And more likely than not a Zoroark. Maybe.
The superstitious as it may be, Oswin was rattled by it, and that man was not to be rattled by anything outside the realm of scientific explanation. To see him so worried about it despite that worries me.
I left the Pokemon train like 2 decades ago, almost. Man, Aaron, you got out while it was still good. Gen 5 is pretty good, though. And has, like, a dateable man in it. Not really. You can't date him, but, like, it feels like you're dating. Like, it feels like you're dating him. Like, he kisses you on top of a Ferris wheel. Okay, so they don't tell you that you kiss, but it fades to black, and that tells me that you kissed him. Josh's simp count through the roof this stream. What? Nah. We don't bring up Big Brother N? Why not? What? You're dating him. That's what N thinks dating is. Full stop. To be fair. There was way more dateable fictional men. There are way more dateable fictional men these days. It's facts. Oh, you fully ride his dick on top of that Ferris wheel. It's a magical Ferris wheel journey, that's for sure.
Although the most important obstacle, is that Master Oswin asked me to assist him in ensuring it never ended up in his hands. He may be dead, but even then, even in death, shall I serve his wish to the last breath. But even should I die, Dave, that, along with the other request, left me to find upon my return. But that's enough of that, at least for now.
Benson was clear. Wait, it was clear Benson was done talking as he scooped up his dishes and left for the kitchen. The rest of us mostly quiet. What? I'm asleep now. Have a fun stream. Bye, Billy. Thanks for coming. There were murmurs. I could only imagine my friends were just as uncertain as I was for what would happen next. So many questions left unanswered, and the person that held most of the answers was now dead. My only hope was that Benson knew a lot more than I did. Than I assumed he did, yes, okay. When I was done eating, I hurried to put my dishes in the kitchen and left to find him, wondering where he could have gone. Just by standing in the foyer made me look to the stairway leading down towards the vault, our lifeline. I felt a chill run down my spine as I stepped into the basement, eyeing the door leading towards the vault carefully. There had to be something I could put in, right? What? With so many words, one of them just had to magically solve everything. Inching closer to the door, I noticed movement in the dark and I froze. Good evening, Dave. Oh, Benson. It's just you. What are you doing here? Truthfully, I'm a bit at a loss. With the unpleasantness at dinner, combined with my lack of employer, I'm at a loss as to what I should be doing right now. You don't have any hobbies or anything? Or, I don't know, something that you might want to do? Funny you should mention it, my boy. Would now perhaps suit you for a chat, or, at the very least, accompanying me somewhere. Alone? I believe that would be best, yes, all things considered. I would rather not reveal the laboratory to your friends just yet. You want me to go back there? But we already know what's in there. He's, well... Did you check it for yourself, when you went? You must have, been quite a state, to leave the door open. It was open when I got there. And yet you did not close it when you left. No matter. I took care of that to preserve some sanity among your friends. He reaches over and did something to the wall. A doorway opens, leading into the darkness. What? So that's what N means when he wants to take you on a ride. Okay. And since we're discussing Josh's simpingness, I'll just say that Josh probably likes it when Tyson swears at him. No? Maybe? It depends. It very much depends. Blue, absolutely. You can hear Josh smile every time Tyson is mean to Look! Benson wants to take you somewhere private, Josh. No.
Wait, where's this go? There are three means to get into the more secluded part of the house. You know of the entrance through the conservatory. That's another. There's another outside the kitchen, and then this one.
And following this will take us to the lab? Josh, I'm not mad, just disappointed. No, Eclipse, don't be disappointed in me, it's fine.
Or to the library, or to the kitchen, if you wish. But for us both, I believe what answers we seek lie with a certain rat.
He flashes me a quick smile before heading into the dark, taking one last look behind the around the basement. I followed behind him, closing the door once I was behind it. Okay. Every fuck you is like a right. It's Shelky. Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. I think that's the. Yeah, I need that for what's it called? Yeah, we'll save. That still feels bad. And go back here. Cause I think I think that's it for tonight. For the reading, you know. I think that's good progress. So probably next time we'll be able to finish Path B, and then we'll be able to do Path D, which I've heard is fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Cause it'll be rotate your fucking saves. I did. You saw me. Path Tyson. What? Look. Probably one more stream for Path B, and then I don't know how long Path D is. And then we'll play a completely different game. And then after we finish that other game, then we'll go back to Tyson. How does that sound? Does that sound good? I think that sounds all right. Nice stream. Thank you, Chase. I mean, Tyson's Simp stream is going to be the best. Blue with the correct answers. Or instead of doing the Tyson stream, we can do a Leo Simp stream. How does that sound? That sounds great. But yeah, I should get going. Bye everyone. I'll see you around.